When we have new projects, we discuss. Normally we
argue. I want to have a big kind of farmhouse kitchen table.
I would just feel like stuck in a 19th century romantic novel.
You're not crying.
I never cry.
You never cry?
Yeah.
From a filmmaking point of view, this was a complete disaster.
My name is Anna. I'm an English former fashion and textile designer. I moved to Paris aged 23 to work for the French couture house Baumann and stayed for the croissants, the wine, and of course for Philip, a filmmaker from the South Tyrolean Alps. After 10 amazing years, getting married, buying and renovating 2 homes and having 2 babies, we decided city life was no longer for us. Philip had been dreaming of buying a chateau since the day we met and finally convinced me to start looking. We came to visit Chateau Gonville-sur-Honfleur. Despite being in quite poor condition and needing a complete renovation, we immediately fell in love. With a tight budget, we had no choice but to do most of the renovations by ourselves. We're learning new skills as we go, building muscles we never knew we had, and getting creative to make the chateau as personal as possible whilst preserving its historic features. It's all part of this crazy family adventure, and we wouldn't change it for anything. Philip? I think something very exciting has just come.
Oh, you know what it is?
I think I know what it is.
It's very heavy.
It's very heavy.
And I was waiting for that. Oh my goodness. I hope it's not like candle holders or something.
Okay, so maybe it's not what you think. It is.
It is.
Let's have a look.
It
Oh,
is.
what is it? What is it?
I'm gonna hide the invoice.
This is like Christmas come early for you, Philip.
This is Christmas come early. It is
Wow.
a new camera for our dogs. So that means that finally we can make videos again with a real camera and not with our rubbish telephones. So the only reason for us to be able to have this equipment is because you guys, you subscribe to our channel. Because when you subscribe, our channel grows, and when our channel grows, more people watch it, and more people watching it means more advertising, and that's how YouTube works. And that's why we're still here. We got a quote to repair this, and it's 400 euros just to get sound into the camera. And that's a lot of money, and I hope I can do it myself.
I'm a little worried taking it all apart, and I'm sure it will be very fascinating vlog content.
Yes.
Am I allowed to use this camera? The last lunch. Yeah. We're treating Mum and Dad to some roasted camembert, local cheese and some charcuterie.
Oh, that looks yummy. What are the ingredients?
Camembert, garlic, honey, rosemary, and a little bit of olive oil.
I was reflecting after 4 weeks and thinking, it's amazing what you do for your family. This morning, I've got a blister on this hand, and this one is still numb down the side from nettles.
Oh no.
Oh no, John.
You've got the most invasive nettles you've ever come across. I'm still suffering now.
Last time, which was what, 15 months ago now.
Yeah,
When you
was ill for 2 weeks.
Yeah, Dad went home
Oh, yeah.
ill for 2 weeks after spending about almost 3 weeks non-stop working and painting the breakfast salon and getting the wallpaper in the blue room done.
Jenny, we have been well fed and watered.
We've
haven't we?
definitely been well fed and watered.
Some lovely,
yes.
meals.
Yeah.
Great, lovely drinks.
John, that's all part of the chateau experience.
It is.
Yeah.
So would you recommend coming and staying here and helping?
No, it's been a great time. Been great.
time.
It's gone fast, hasn't it? A whole month,
has,
and it feels
yeah.
like
Yeah.
it was only a week or something. It's crazy. Yeah.
And we're going to miss the girls.
Yeah.
Our morning wake-up call just after 7, and the bell tolling.
Oh, we love the bells.
Yeah,
Philip, you better
I
come
like
and
the
eat
bells.
before we finish all this off.
Okay.
Time for you to eat.
Oh, miss you.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss you.
Yeah, we can talk then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take care.
No.
Oh.
I was going to help you.
And thank you for everything.
Look, I need emotions for the vlog.
Oh no,
Please cry.
no.
Mum's already cried.
I've already
this morning.
cried this morning. I'm not crying
I need
again.
more.
Oh, love you lots. Thank you for everything and well
Thank you.
done, and just keep going and don't be dispirited and don't worry too much.
At some
You're
point,
doing a great job.
other people helping you more,
Yeah.
and that'll make a big difference. And you're doing really well. You've got great skills for doing what you're doing. You know, you've got good personal skills, and those artistic skills come out in the work that you do in the rooms, the garden. Yeah.
All good. All
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Love you too.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. Really.
Thank you for everything.
Yeah.
Thank you for a lovely, lovely month.
We had a fantastic time. Really.
We have. Loved it.
Mm.
Loved it. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
See you soon. You're not crying.
No, I never cry.
You never cry.
Yeah.
No, it's been really nice.
It's gonna be really quiet and really strange. I was editing this week's vlog and I just heard a really nasty noise out there in the garden. It sounded like a tree coming down, or at least a very big branch. So let's go and check out what happened. I think it came from somewhere there. Am I worried? A little bit. I hope it's not something big that has to be removed immediately, because I don't have time. Can you see something? I can't. This is where John worked last week. He cleared out all the weeds and then covered it with cardboard, which doesn't look very nice, but it's probably very efficient for a couple of weeks before we plant this area with something ground covering. But I'm getting distracted. I mean, there's certainly something because I heard something. I can't find anything. From a filmmaking point of view, this was a complete disaster. It started with me telling you, not showing, telling that I heard something, and I ended with walking around in the garden with nothing to show. How not to make a sequence. Lesson number 1. That said, you've seen my boots and my legs.
You might be wondering what I am doing sat in Philip's editing office. Well, I have something to admit to you. When we started our YouTube channel, I was a very reluctant vlogger. It was Philip's idea, and he is a filmmaker after all, but I am not, and I wasn't really 100% sure about sharing my life with the world. But I have to admit that over the last few months, it's actually grown on me, and I've started to really enjoy getting more involved and learning how to film. And as much as I hate technology, I'm really not a tech person, I have decided that I'm going to learn how to edit. Philip has tried to teach me, but let's just say he has his own special teaching technique.
The adjustment layer on top of the video layer and your audio is out of sync. So please delete this and start all over again.
Thankfully, there is an alternative, a platform called Skillshare, which I recently discovered, and I'm really happy to say that they are sponsoring this week's video. For those who don't know, Skillshare is an online learning community with loads of amazing, inspiring courses. If you're someone like me and you love to get creative, learn new skills, or even take your skills to the next level, then Skillshare is the perfect platform for you. From learning or improving your drawing skills to creating your own patterns, which you can use to make your own fabrics or embroideries, there are classes for everybody, and there are even classes if you've been thinking about starting your own creative business or side hustle. An amazing course that I just finished was Learn Premiere Pro and Edit a How-To Video with Elise Neves. She's an amazing teacher and fun to watch. For someone like me who is rubbish with tech, she actually made it super simple and easy to follow. On Skillshare, there are no ads. You can stay completely focused on your learning, and they are always launching new courses, so you're never going to run out of inspiration. As part of our collaboration with Skillshare, we've got you guys a really good deal. The first 1,000 subscribers to join up with the link in the video description will get a 1-month free trial instead of the 2 weeks that they offer normally. I know you guys are super excited to get started and get creative, so make sure you click on the link in the video description below.
Anna?
Yeah?
What's that?
Oh, this is the new timetable for using the editing room.
It says Anna all over the place.
Yeah, well, you said you've been missing out, spending time with the girls, bath time, story time, laundry.
All right, and you're editing.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I would do it. Clever.
Yeah, I'll let Elise know. I'm sure she'd really appreciate your opinion.
Good. Very good.
We're in our kitchen, which we don't show that often, probably because we're a little embarrassed by the state of it.
It's a little bit of a mess.
It is a bit of a mess. It's in the 19th century wing of the chateau, and when we bought it, it didn't actually look this bad. It was very, very old, and we did have to rip out part of the original kitchen because it was falling apart. But they did have some nice features. It had a lovely farmhouse table. Anyway, a lot of that furniture got taken with the previous owners, so when we inherited it, it was a bit of an empty shell, and we realised quite quickly that we couldn't function with the very tiny, very old kitchen that was here.
We installed this temporary kitchen, but the problem is it was so temporary that after 2 or 3 weeks it already started falling apart. It wasn't my fault. Well, it was my fault because I bought a really cheap kitchen, the cheapest kitchen I could find, and that was a mistake. Now we have this kitchen island, all the drawers, you can see everything is wonky,
Everything is broken.
falling apart.
Yeah.
And we just have to get a new kitchen. And this is the next exciting super project for this winter. And it's a super project mainly because it's super exciting, but also because it's super expensive. But first of all, we need to come up with a design for the kitchen.
Yeah.
Generally, when we have projects, when we have new projects, we discuss. Normally, we
Argue.
We argue. I want to say normally we never argue. You see, that's how different we perceive our relationship. What do you think? Should we just pitch our ideas individually, and then we compare them?
Yeah.
And maybe by mixing them in, we come to a compromise.
Yeah. Okay.
Or maybe we are gonna say exactly the same things. Who knows? Okay, Anna,
Okay.
you're in focus.
Right, you can leave then. Otherwise, you might be influenced by my answers.
Oh, so I have to leave?
Yeah.
All right, good.
For me, the kitchen is the heart of the home. It's the most important room for me and the most important to get right because we are living in this room all the time. I've got very strong ideas of what I would love. It has to feel personal and homely. That's my main criteria.
I have a kitchen in mind which is mostly focused on efficiency and great appliances.
I imagine having some sort of range cooker that's kind of warming up in the winter and really cozy.
I don't want a stainless steel professional kitchen, but I also don't want your countryside, cottagey, cozy kitchen which is just made to to feel nice and looks good on Instagram.
I want to have a big kind of farmhouse kitchen table.
One of the most important things for me would be a big-sized wine fridge. I do not want a vintagey piece in here that makes me feel like I'm in a 19th century novel.
I've been researching a lot and I've seen a lot of this kind of shaker style, which I really love, with beautiful brass detailing on the handles.
A very modern yet elegant kitchen that quotes a chateau kitchen by its emphasis on quality, on craftsmanship.
And maybe some cabinets which are with glass in, that you can see into them, and we can sort of have some things on view.
This is a chateau, and I think our future kitchen should reflect this. I'm not talking about some glamorous show-off kitchen, but it should be exciting and shiny enough that somebody who would pass by and look into this room would immediately know that whoever lives here is a person of great taste and influence. And then I would open this door and shoot that person because she's trespassing on private property.
For me, it's just got to have those good vibes and feel really welcoming. I don't want it to feel too clean, too modern.
I want something new and cool. The chateau version of something new and cool. There is a basic rule when it comes to kitchens, and that's for normal house kitchen or chateau kitchens or country house kitchens. And I'm happy to share this rule with our subscribers because it's a really good rule. It's not a joke, it's a really good rule. You go to the fridge or to the larder and you get your vegetable and then you wash it. So larder, fridge, washing. Next to the washing, cutting. Because after washing it, you want to cut it, then it's cut in slices. And then you start cooking it. And then you have the cooking area, the hob and the oven. And then you have another area, a nice area, where you keep your cutlery, your plates, and that's where you serve, where you dress your plates. So I repeat, storage, larder, fridge, washing, cutting, cooking, serving. Imagine if you do it the other way around. You have your fridge here and your vegetable here and you have your sink there. Then you get your vegetable out, especially in a kitchen as big as this. You would go out and then you would go there and then you would wash them here and then you run back and and do the cutting. So that doesn't make sense. So however we design the kitchen, we need to stick to that rule.
Okay, I agree with you there.
However...
no, actually I don't really know. I agree with you actually.
Thank you.
I agree.
Thank you, for once. That's good. I will write it down. That happens once a month. It's a special occasion. It's a good day.
No, it's true that this is the system that we put in place in our old apartment and it seemed to work quite well. I just have a couple of requests and things I think don't work in the kitchen we have at the moment.
I'm listening.
One of them is the sink area. It's way too small.
Yes.
I think maybe we need to think about somehow having 2 sinks.
Or a big one.
Another thing is we have storage on this side of the island, but for me it doesn't make sense at all to have anything here because, for example, we have like the cutlery and stuff, and say you're cooking over here and you need a spoon, you have to come all the way around here to get your spoon. So that doesn't make sense. So there's just little things like that that I think we should think about when we're designing it, so it's a little bit, it works better.
We can agree on a modern style kitchen that somehow quotes a chateau kitchen in the way it's set up, but that is contemporary and modern and and efficient.
No.
But that's what we said.
I don't want a modern kitchen, no. I want more of this kind of shaker style kitchen, this English style. Why are you laughing?
No, it's okay.
I know you don't like my English style kitchens, but trust me, it would look perfect in here.
It's just when I think of excellence in kitchen, I don't necessarily think of the English.
There's some really good design brands from England making really nice kitchens.
That's true, they have a really nice level of craftsmanship, that's true. You showed me some examples and I must admit I liked them. But I don't want it to look cozy, cottagey. I want a chateau kitchen. I don't want a kitchen for the person who cuts the grass, plants the trees, cleans the floors.
But that's you.
Yeah, but people don't know that. Anyway, I think we agreed on one thing, that the painting of your Nana should be the inspiration for our colors in the kitchen.
I do agree. Look.
I particularly love the orange. I particularly love the dark red and the dark brown black. And I must say, I also like the white. I know we don't have much white in the chateau, but somehow for the kitchen, it goes really well with the dark red, with the orange and the black. What do you think?
I was more going for the green.
Oh, that comes as a surprise.
I was looking at this more browny, and definitely I like this colour for the work surfaces. I was imagining something light. But funnily enough, I also really love the blue wall that it's already sat on. And there's something about, there's touches of blue, I don't know if you've noticed, but there are these touches of blue in the shading here, and it kind of matches and it's picked up in the walls.
It's funny because you just quoted all the colours that I didn't quote.
But where are you imagining orange in the kitchen? That's an interesting one. I mean, maybe we could have some oranges in a bowl.
No, I was more thinking about a shiny orange lacquer on the cabinets.
No, you're joking now. Come
No, I'm 100% not joking. I think that could be really, really cool. Mixed with dark wood. Look how nice it looks.
No, it looks nice in the picture because it's an orange and it's looks nice as a tiny little touch of orange. But no, we're not having orange.
Imagine this but really, really super shiny, glossy, shiny.
You're trying to wind me up now. Stop it.
No, I'm not. I just think outside the box.
I think that you need to put your ideas back in the box and remember how much paint we bought and wasted because we went with your paint choices and they were wrong.
Everybody loves that yellow that you hated because you said yellow, ugly, and now you love it. And we have a lot of subscribers who particularly loved the yellow in the office.
Well, I think there's a place for every colour, but we're not going for orange in our kitchen. We're not having orange, Philip.
So what's your suggestion?
I was thinking white marble, worktops, or some kind of white stone. And then, I love the green. Green cabinets could be really cool.
I could live with green, but I'm not again green.
I mean, what about this really dark blue? It's like a really dark blue, almost black.
Maybe dark blue, like an elegant, almost black. Yeah. I think that could be a compromise, Anna. Mm-hmm. Would it still work with the orange if we had some orange elements?
You mean oranges?
Yeah.
Yeah, if we put some oranges, yeah, we can do that.
So that's what's left of my dream of an orange kitchen, an orange in a fruit bowl.
Mm-hmm. I think it's got to stay timeless. And I don't think an orange kitchen is going to be timeless. Sorry. I hate to be the voice of reason, Philip, but sometimes.
So according to my golden rule of organizing a kitchen, this would be the fridge area, if we keep the sink here. A nice big fridge, and here a nice big wine fridge, possibly stainless steel, maybe a dark oak frame tinted.
Well, where is all the food going to be, that we don't need to have in the fridge?
Do we need food? Yes, we need food. But if you have to choose in between a wine fridge and food, you would go for the wine fridge.
We do have children to feed, Philip.
They can adapt.
I'm not sure about the stainless steel.
Oh, why not?
That sounds very industrial, and you just said you don't want an industrial kitchen.
Well, if everything else is nice, crafted wooden surface, then I think some stainless steel just gives a little bit of modernity.
Well, show me some inspiration images and let's see.
You're difficult. And by the way, it's interesting, why do we have doors here, even though this is a cupboard?
Yeah.
Because it was built in the First World War, and the previous owner said they couldn't get hold of any materials. These kind of doors were the only ones they could find. But they are extremely unpractical for a cupboard. It does maybe look nice, but I don't even think it looks that nice if you look closer, and it's not practical at all.
Yeah.
And we need a kitchen that is not like a showpiece. It's not a museum. It needs to be a working kitchen, and it's way too big as a door and doesn't make sense, unfortunately.
Okay.
And we're not going to throw them away. We're going to keep them and use them somewhere else for sure.
A kitchen with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 doors.
Yeah, it looks a bit like Alice in Wonderland kitchen right now.
Yeah, what's behind this door?
Exactly. Cleaning station, which is now messy because we have cooking and cleaning, but once the cooking has gone from the kitchen island, this is only dedicated to cleaning and cutting.
I'm not sure I want it in the... I don't like it at the end here though.
Where do you want it?
Because the sink is kind of, you know, it's a beautiful object and I feel like it looks a bit random sat on the end of the island.
Oh, you mean like it could be here?
Yeah, maybe.
A bit further in. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, it can.
Funnily enough, in this kitchen, it's a big space, but there is a lot of windows and doors. And
it doesn't make it easy to find an ideal layout, does it?
It's tricky. It's tricky because we have limitations. We can't put a sink anywhere near a window because it's too low. So where would the hob be? Over here?
Yes.
Yeah.
The washing is here, cutting is here, and then we start cooking and we cook here. So all the hob and probably also the ovens should be on this side, but this beam here is too low. So there was, to start with, there's a big job, and that's to lift that whole beam and to make this opening bigger, because that was built probably 100 years ago. For people, they were much smaller than we are today. And if I tried to cook here, it's gonna be really painful for my head. So we put it up here, we open it up, and maybe we can also get rid of this middle part here. If the beam is stronger than the actual beam, then we can get rid of this.
Okay. Who can we check that with?
My common sense.
Or we can maybe find a builder who can help us.
A builder, you would trust a builder more than my judgment.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. For exclusive videos and behind the scenes updates, have a look at our Patreon page. Thank you so much for watching.